Hey you, my name's Koa if you're new, and welcome to my channel. Thank you all for watching today. So today we're going to continue our plant series, our plant care series. So last time we did the peace lily or the spathiphyllum, and today we are doing the Marantas. So I'm not sure what the scientific name is. I'll put it down below here, but I know them as Marantas, so that's what I call them. If you're interested in taking care of a Maranta, or you have one that's struggling, or even if you have one that's like thriving, stay tuned because I may be able to help you if you need help. If you don't need help, you can still watch though. It's so weird. The Marantas are as part of the prayer plant family, and they are also considered the more easier side of the prayer plant family. I have two. I had three, but I gave one to my sister Becky because I just had too much. I didn't really have space for it, per usual. So let's get into it. I'm going to show you my first ever Maranta. I had bought this for myself. I saw it on a website on Etsy and I was like, yeah, I love this plant a lot. But before I show you, we're going to go into the 4 categories that I've created. We have 1, light. We're going to talk about lighting for each plant, what the differences in lighting or the similarities. 2, we're going to talk about watering. 3, the pots it's in, and 4, the soil. Okay, so this is the first ever Maranta plant I have. So the differences between the red and green you'll see very soon, but I'll insert some B-roll of the leaves. It has these red like veining almost that goes throughout the plant, throughout the leaf, and on the back it has a, I'll show you this way, hopefully you can see. The back has a maroon color, which is super cool. And I've actually learned, correct me if I'm wrong, I learned that if it has the red backing, means that it needs less light because light would hit it and it'll just bounce back right out. So if you give it like too much light, it'll burn it. But yeah, so this one's kind of like made up of like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 like stalks kind of, and the growth pattern, to me it really depends on how it's planted or how it's put in the pot to begin with. So this one came like this, so it's a little sparse in the middle, but that's what propagation is for, people. Okay, so you can cut, propagate, and make it fuller. For lighting, it gets maybe like 12 o'clock in the afternoon to 1, almost 2 o'clock. It'll get like actual direct light. Now, it's not recommended. I'm not recommending you to put your Maranta in direct light. Please do not do so. I believe that these have just like acclimated to it. I do have some brown spots here. The brown spots are from underwatering. We'll talk about it later. But I don't see any burn spots on it, so I think it's fine. I think that the sunlight is, I guess it's soft enough or it's early enough that it's not going to do damage to the plant. And I also have it situated where it doesn't get as much bright light or as much direct light as the green one. I'll talk about it later. So lighting, it gets pretty bright light. Watering. So I water this one when it's dry, honestly. It's in a cover pot and we'll talk about that later. This is the cash bow. This is the nursery pot it's in. I water this maybe, let's see, once every 2 weeks. I do let this get like dangerously low. That is also why it has a lot of the brown spots. Hopefully you can see that. It has the brown spots on it because I have underwatered this in the past and I still continue to. I just forget about it. It just always looks good. That's one thing about this plant, for me at least. It looks the same. It will droop a little bit when it's a little thirsty, but it'll still look like amazing. So sometimes it deceives me, okay? And I never really know when it actually needs water. But I do let it get pretty dry, okay? They suggest that, or the internet suggests, I don't know if you listen to the internet, but the internet suggests that you keep the soil moist. Nah, you don't have to. If it gets humidity, you can allow it to dry out a little bit, you know what I mean? Put your finger in it. I put my finger, right now, my finger's in it and it's like completely dry. And I'm probably not gonna water it until like tomorrow. It's fine. It works for me, so test it out. I mean, it's trial and error like every other plant. and these are pretty affordable, so you can, you know, kind of try it out. So soil, this plant, I believe it's in my soil, maybe not. No, this plant's not in my soil. This is in the soil that it came with. It feels like regular general potting mix or potting soil with a few chunks of orchid, which is honestly what I do normally. And it does well in here. I mean, it's happy. It works well. It's not root bound. I don't think it is because these roots are pretty shallow. I mean, it's happy, okay? It's happy. The pot, like I said before, it's in a cash pot. It's in a nursery pot. So a nursery pot helps it to keep a little bit of the moisture rather than it being in a terracotta pot or something where it'll just dry out so fast. I don't recommend, I mean, people do, I guess. I don't recommend putting a Maranta in a terracotta pot. My sister has it in one and it's not happy. She'll find out sooner or later. It's not happy. But yeah, that's it for this guy here. Super pretty. I honestly fell in love with this so fast. When I saw it, I'm like, yeah, I have to have it. And it's been growing really well. These are pretty fast growers. I find if you give it humidity, it'll grow super fast. I have it next to a humidifier here and there. Right now I don't, but I have the humidifier in my greenhouse. But before I used to have the humidifier right next to this one and the green one, and like it would grow like a new leaf like every week. Right now it's shooting out new growth, but it's a little slower. Not because it's winter, but because it's lacking the humidity. For me, this plant it's next to my window almost, so it can take a little bit of cold for me. But the leaves are thinner, so I don't think it would prefer that. Since the leaves are thinner, it does need a little bit more humidity, but not as much humidity as a typical calathea. So yeah, that's that one. Okay, so this is my lemon lime Maranta. You'll kind of see why in the foliage. It's so pretty. So this is like my favorite out of the two. It just grew so fast, and it's looking exactly like before I got this plant. I saw it online. I think I'll post a picture of it somewhere. I'll post it here. And I was like, I need this plant ASAP. That was before I even had one. I went out and got one. I got one that was pretty full, but I remember I wasn't too happy with the way it was. It wasn't as full as I wanted it to be. So I ended up buying another one, gave some to my mom. I later took it back from her because I just wanted it all in one pot. And this is what it looks like. Look at that. It's so pretty. It's so gorgeous, honestly. So let's go over light. It gets the same light that the Maranta does, that the red Maranta does, but it does get more direct light because this one does not have the, I'll show you. It does not have the red backings. So according to what I saw or my research, YouTube, it can withstand a little bit more sun than the red Maranta. I do have it in more light. It gets more light. In terms of water, it's in a ceramic pot, so we'll just combine water and the pot type for this video, I guess. So it's in a ceramic pot, so it doesn't dry out as often as the Maranta in a nursery pot. That one dries out pretty often. Maybe it should be repotted, but I don't see myself or foresee myself doing that anytime soon. But this one I probably water like once every, 2 to 3 weeks, 3 weeks. And I let this one again get pretty dry until it droops. Right now it's super perky because I am filming late at night. So just like a lot of the prayer plants, they in the daytime they're down, at night they come up. That's why they're called prayer plants. So right now it's looking super perky, which I think is perfect. The perfect time to film, perfect time to show off your plants at night. I love it when all the leaves are all up like that. It's so cute. Soil, I have it in general potting soil mix. Lots of perlite because it is ceramic. I still don't want to root the rot. I still don't want to rot the roots. And I find these root systems are very like thin and small, so they are more fragile than like a pothos or like a philodendron. You know, they're more fragile. I also have the mosquito bits in here, and it's doing really well. I think it really likes the mixture it's in. It has a drainage hole and everything. It's doing really well. Like I really do love this plant. Like I have like I'm just gonna count right now how many new leaves I have right now. Hold on, give me 1 second. Okay, so right now I have 4 new leaves popping out, including like a whole new shoot from like the bottom of the soil, like from the actual soil. I actually have 2 of them. Like they just shot out from the soil itself, which is so cool. It's starting to fill up, you know, to fill up the empty space on its own. I love this plant. Like if you're gonna get like either one of them, if you have to choose between the lemon lime or the red, this one's just my favorite. Like just, I don't know, it just looks really nice. I think I really do appreciate or prefer the green on green look of these leaves. And this one to me is like a more faster grower than the red one. It could be because obviously I don't water the red one as much. This one retains more water, so maybe it has enough, you know, water to push out new growth, whatever. But honestly, this is my favorite. But they are both very beautiful. And if you're thinking like, I would love a calathea, but I'm nervous of killing a calathea, try out a Maranta. These are them side by side. How cute! Oh, so cute. Okay, and that wraps up part 2 of this Koa Plant Cares video. Thank you all for watching. I hope you learned something. Let me know down below if you're willing to try out a Maranta after this video. I really do. I highly suggest you try one out. I mean, I really thought that, I'll do a video on this later of like what people say are super easy care plants. I don't consider these easy care plants because your average person cannot go to a store, pick one of these up and expect it to survive if you do not have a certain like amount of humidity in your room or your house. It does need a certain amount of humidity in order for it to kind of thrive. For me at least, I noticed brown edges, and as soon as I saw that, I had to get a humidifier. So once you have to purchase something else to take care of your plants other than water, like then it does not become easy care anymore. That's just for me. So I wouldn't consider this easy care, but if you're willing to try it out, do your research, like please do your research. Just don't go killing plants just, you know, because you can. Do your research on it, and once you take care of the plant to give it the necessary like environment it needs and everything that it needs, it's gonna, you know, like thrive for you and you're gonna love the plant. So yeah, thank you all for watching again. Don't forget to like, subscribe. Don't forget to comment down below if you'll try one out, or if you have one, let me know you have one. Which one? They have different types too. I know there's like this black, oh gosh, Kaylee Ellen made a video about the rare, I think it was a rare plant haul, and one of them was one of these Marantas, like I think it's called a dark form or a black something, and it was so pretty. There's like different types out there, so if you want to get fancy with it, and you're sick of these like, not basic, but you know, the normal or regular ones you would normally see, look into those. These are like super pretty, super pretty. So yeah, see you all next time. Bye.